I hope you like the new Mail Monday intro. It's by Homeless Shrimps. I think it's awesome. Welcome to Mail Monday. This is a weekly series that's not about the gameplay, but instead it's about your letters and my responses to them. One quick note about the gameplay, though. I pick it because it was long. I like Mail Monday to be longer, so I have more opportunities to get to your letters. And it's competitive. Like, it's hard to win, and I find those to be entertaining to watch. So let's get the show started. First off, I want to say you're awesome. The advice you give and the way you give it is admirable, although I may not always agree. So anyway, I'm 15 and I've developed these feelings for this girl. We've dated in the past, and she's one of the few exes that aren't crazy. Bad news, we haven't talked in a long while. Good news, I wanted to become friends with her again before we hopefully start dating. The problem, I recently found out she is definitely not a virgin. I am. The confidence thing doesn't bother me. It's just, what if something big happens? I don't want full-out sex till marriage. I know that's a long ways away, but that's alright. I just want to know your opinion, point of view, whatever. What do you think I should do? Here's the thing about sex. When you do it, you are sharing a piece of yourself. You are giving away a piece of yourself. And that's fine, right? You're meant to give away a piece of yourself to people whom you really care about. That's a good, strong thing. It is the cornerstone of intimacy. You've heard me say this before. It's not an entirely horrible thing that you're sharing this, but if you give it away like you have no value, then that's a bad thing, because you do have value. You are somebody important, and that's why you're selective about who you do this with. Yeah, all right. So she's been with one guy before, right? Yeah, that's fine, right? That I'm okay. And you don't want to do this until marriage. Like, I'm not seeing your problem. Like, I don't think she's going to rape you. I think you're in pretty good shape there. But I do want to caution you that you still have something special going on, and I wouldn't change that willy-nilly just because an opportunity arose, right? You need to remember that that there is a reason that people put brakes on this sort of thing. Watch how stupid I am. There is a reason that people put the brakes on sex sometimes, and don't just do it with everybody they can find, even though it might feel good, even though at the moment it might seem kind of cool. In the long run, like in retrospect, it's not always that cool, right? In the long run, like it's pretty neat to have only shared this with a really limited or even a single person, really limited group of persons or a single person. So that's where I stand on this thing. So I don't know. I would date her. If you like her, hang out with her, and you'll be in good shape. I'm a toxic friend. I have this friend, and me and other friends make fun of him and ourselves, but when I make fun of him, he gets mad. We're always just kidding, but he takes it so serious. The other day, I dared to walk up to him and ask him, "Have you had intercourse with another guy?" This really pissed him off, and I could tell he just wanted to punch me. He just walked away, and now he won't talk to me. What should I do and make this up to him, because he's a pretty cool guy to hang out with and play some Call of Duty? Listen, man, you're being a jerk, right? Like, friends are supposed to help each other succeed. Friends are supposed to build each other up. And yeah, I get this. I've got guy relationships where it seems like half of our intercourses, like that was some synonym for conversation. But like where half of our exchanges are insults, right? Like this is just, a way that guys can relate to each other sometimes. But it sounds like what you're doing is hurtful for your own self-entertainment. Right? When you asked him if he had intercourse with another man, I think you knew you were hurting his feelings. I think you knew going into it that this wasn't something that he was going to, enjoy, right? You're tearing this guy down. And imagine what it's like from in his shoes. Imagine what he's going through every day when he's like, God damn, my friends are dicks. Woody, there's a guy in the UAV behind you. What are you doing? Imagine what he's like, when he's like, man, my friends are jerks. This isn't cool. This is, I don't know, like he doesn't have that solid base of support. It sounds like you and your friends are the cool kids, and while you like him, you don't seem to respect him in some way. Heck, I wish that he had the kind of real friends that you do, the kind of buddies that are there for each other. But he doesn't. He's out there in the cold, sort of suffering, because, a jackass like you doesn't treat him properly. And, it's... Shucks, you say, how can I make this up to him? What do I say, right? Start treating him right. Start being the kind of good friend that you would want in a friend. That's what you do. And if you can't do that, then cut him free or something. Because, what you're doing now just sort of holding him down and putting him down and tearing him up for your own entertainment, that's not how you be a friend. There's a huge difference between the joking that even the recipient enjoys and what you have going on now, which is a total mess. Beast, Woody, beast. You don't know me, and I won't have any influence in your life in any way. However, you've had a massive influence on my life. I wish to thank you for all the knowledge and wisdom you've given to me over the past year in all aspects of my life. I feel I'm a better person now than I would have been without your outstanding daily content. Because of your guidance, I am more confident. I have an awesome girlfriend. I am achieving at school, and my overall quality of life has improved. I wish I could do something to show you how appreciative I am of the knowledge and entertainment and joy that you've given me. Thank you so much. I I get letters like this every so often, and they're flattering to read, but I don't actually believe them, right? Here's the truth. The truth is that if things are going well for you, it's not because, of a video or two that I made. It's because of the thousands of small decisions that you make every day that set you up for success, right? All day long, you're deciding what you say, what you don't say, what you do, what you don't do. And by the way, those don'ts can be just as powerful as the do's, right? What you don't say, how you don't make certain mistakes, they count for a lot too. So anyway, yeah. I appreciate the kind words, but I give you the credit, right? I give you the credit for making the good things happen that are happening for you. So look, good for you, man. I'm happy that things are going your way, and so you've had some wins. Go get some more, baby. Woody, I'm going to start off and say I'm a huge fan and I love your videos, but I have problems at home. To put it bluntly, my family doesn't like me. My mom's always bitching about me. My sister spits on me. Bitches be crazy, dude. My dad is constantly insulting me. Because of this, I spend pretty much all my time watching YouTube videos, playing game battles, and studying. I have no idea why my family's acting like this. I have a girlfriend. We've been going out for a year, and she's helped me a bit, but it's hard. Any help would be greatly appreciated. I know it isn't sex. I know it isn't about sex, so it probably won't feature on Mail Monday. I'm 14, by the way. Yeah, we've had so far a bodily function-free Mail Monday. We'll see if that keeps up or not. We'll see. But back on topic. Your family's not treating you right? Normally, if you were asking for advice on like random haters, I would tell you to just be yourself, to keep on doing what you want to do, and don't let the haters get to you. That's kind of the normal high level advice on this stuff. But because it's your family, the things could be a little different here. Because it's your family, it's like, man, what you say, can and should have an impact on what they do, right? If you were to talk to your dad and tell him, like, look, man, like when you insult me, it hurts. You're not just some random guy off the street. You're my dad, and your opinion of me has a huge impact. Your opinion of me impacts my own sense of self-worth. And when you insult me, it's not like me just being tough and dealing with the kids at school. It's a whole different thing, right? And if you think this conversation would go badly, then tell it to him in writing. When your sister spits on you, this is not acceptable behavior. Like if one of my kids did that to one of my other kids, that shit would get locked down immediately. That is not okay. The fact that this goes on in your house, I think I'd talk to your parents about it. I think I'd tell them, like, look, it's hard to flourish when you don't have a solid base at home. It's hard to thrive when you're kind of getting undercut by your own parents. That's not how parents are supposed to operate. So yeah, I think I'd talk to your parents about it and let them know and perhaps open their eyes to it. And if you think that the conversation won't get started off in the right way, then try doing it in writing, because it's so powerful. You've just written me a letter. You're perfectly capable of doing this. Stretch it out, make it 3/4 of a page or so, and just let them know that you're having a hard time, like, growing into who you aspire to be when your base at home isn't as solid as it needs to be. Woody, I have so much respect for how you handle your son's disability with your viewers, and as a person who works with autistic kids, I can sympathize with the troubles you might have. At the same time, I'm sure you're a super cool dad to have, and Colin is truly a lucky little guy for having such a noble person to look up to. I just thought I'd send this and tell you I respect you for being so open and being such a cool guy. So yeah, like anybody, I've kind of evolved into like who I am right now. When Colin was first diagnosed, he was diagnosed with autism. Since then, he's had so many diagnoses: speech apraxia, speech dyspraxia, auditory learning disorder, autism, etc. It's hard to pick just one, to be honest with you. Double kill, but at first, like he'd go to a restaurant and he'd be really loud. And I'd be, I guess, somewhat embarrassed. He'd have issues here or there, or people would see him, right? And he's like 4 or 5 years old, and they say, "What's your name? How old are you?" And at 4 or 5, like he couldn't really answer that question, whereas most 4 or 5-year-olds could. And I don't know. It was just like, oh no, this is bad. But now it's like, I have nothing to be ashamed of. Like having a disabled kid is not some kind of bad badge of shame, right? Having a disabled kid is a challenge that's been presented to us to help us be the best kid that he can be. And I no longer like shy down or bow down or have any kind of like, feelings that what some outsider thinks of my family, matters at all, right? Colin is my son, and Colin is awesome. And Colin is a lot smarter than you might know just by, hearing him struggle with a few words the first time you meet him. So yeah, thanks for the kind words. And it just took a little while to get to where I am now and understand, like, he's on Team Gamertag, baby. And he'll be all right. We'll make sure of it. All right, 2 videos you may have missed, and the surprise video is not going to be a surprise this time. So, top 1, Drop Zone gameplay commentary. I've been playing this game more. I really like it, actually. So I share some of the secrets that I've picked up so far in there, and kind of an addendum to a previous video I had done, like the day that it came out. The bottom one, Man Cave Setup Tour. You can see my son in that one. There he is right there. And, I sort of show you around the man cave, the side that you don't get to see, talk about my electronics, etc. And the surprise video. This time, I'm going to link it to that Toxic Friends video. If you liked Mail Monday, then I think you'll like the surprise video. You can click any of these. They open in separate windows. And, yeah, so if you like that sort of thing, I actually really liked my Toxic Friend video, so I think that you might too. If you enjoyed the stuff, click on subscribe, and have a nice day.